So I love these cards already because the overall energy is facing your demons. What have we been talking about here lately? Like the people I'm speaking to, you have been doing the inner work. It says time to express yourself, not running anymore, surprising yourself with your growth. To be real with you, because this card is Halloween H2O, and I don't know if you guys are into horror, but with this one in this film, because there's so many different versions of the Halloween story, she's facing Michael, and in this story I believe he's still supposed to be her brother. And so she in the movie has been suppressing how she, like the emotions that she has from all the trauma that she's been through with Michael chasing her for so many years. And in the movie, she's actually, the way she's been coping has been with drinking, right? And I feel like you guys are no longer coping, you're no longer using your negative coping habits when it comes to the stuff that you have been maybe ignoring or putting to the back burner or maybe suppressing. I feel like you're facing your demons, whatever your Michael Myers is, whoever your Michael Myers is. I feel like you're facing it, because you should see her. I think it was something, I think there's things that you thought that you never wanted to face or never thought that you would have to face. But I feel like, especially now, especially during Cancer season, you are facing it, right? The first two cards were following the crowd, misled by a group of immature people, need for independent thought, being easily manipulated. And the last card, well, the next card was path to nowhere, making choices that harm others, not being accountable, refusing to change. So let's clarify. I feel like an old version has died off when it comes to you and you're being reborn, especially under this full moon, because at the time when I'm recording this, it's, I believe, the Capricorn full moon, right? I feel like you, because the Six of Swords is here, you are healing. You are moving forward in life. You're coming out of whatever hard period you were, and I feel like it was a hard period on you mentally and emotionally, and you're coming through on the other side. This is what we were talking about, surprising yourself with your growth. I feel like you have been on a path to facing your demons, right? And I feel like even though you may have felt like it damn near killed you during this time period of intense healing and intense growing, and has been very uncomfortable, it's worth the wait. Like I'm telling you, I feel like for a lot of you guys with the full moon, it talks about releasing, right? And this period that you have been going through, and I feel like you're still also healing and letting go of things as well too. You have been releasing. I'm hearing like a deep cleanse. You've been clearing out stuff that needed to go for such a long time. That's what I was telling you about. Like I feel like if you haven't watched Halloween H2O, please go watch it. I feel like this is very significant, where I feel like this is stuff where it's been, you've accumulated a lot of stuff. Maybe you are a person who maybe has gone through a lot of loss or heartbreak or trauma, and I feel like you finally had to sit with these emotions, and you finally had to start feeling them. You had to start realizing certain things. You had to become aware of certain patterns, right? And I'm really proud of you, because I feel like a lot of it was you being misled, for some of you guys, by people who didn't have a clue, because the Children of the Corn is right here. I feel like you were misled by people who didn't have a clue. And I think you're waking up to a lot of people's manipulation. And I think you're also waking up to how, if you're able to hold yourself accountable, I feel like you also have that same standard where the people in your life are having to be able to hold themselves accountable. If not, I think you're kind of reevaluating, like, hey, I don't know if maybe you could come with me on this new phase of my life, because I hold myself accountable. And the last card was simulation, time warp, seeing signs from the universe, fear of impending doom. So I got the Emperor card, and as you see, it's Buffy, because I'm using my Buffy deck, on her throne. I feel like you have ascended, and I love this. It's crazy because it fell on a path to nowhere, right? And I think what happens right now is, for the people that I was speaking to, you're entering into your potential now. I feel like for a long time, there was a lot of delays, a lot of detours, because I feel like and it says path to nowhere. It's not that you were on a path to nowhere. I think it's that you just weren't on the path that you are on now. And I feel like it had to do with a lot of people who were easily like people who were trying to manipulate you. That's what it felt like. And I feel like you finally have gotten your power back. I feel like with the Emperor, there was a lot of lessons that you had to learn. There's a lot of newfound wisdom that you have. And I feel like you know how to protect yourself more. And I feel like there's something significant about the full moon, because you see it here too. I'm telling you, I feel like this full moon, if there's also other stuff that you feel like you need to release, please release it. I'm gonna try to post this. God, what is so loud near me? I'm gonna try to post this like nearer to the full moon, so that you guys can see this message. But regardless of when you see this message, I feel like there's a lot of healing that took place. You guys are stepping more into your divine masculine energy, regardless of, like I said, what your gender is. But I feel like what happened is you had to let go of, because when I think of the full moon, I'm also thinking about fear and illusions. And I feel like you had to let go of a lot of fear that was stopping you or preventing you from taking the action that you wanted to do in life, right? And it's almost like now that you're showing up as the Emperor, you have that strength, you have that confidence now to go forward in this world, to take action, right? To speak your mind, to enact your visions, to be that boss, to be that leader. That's what it is. You are now showing up as a leader. That has always been your potential, right? That has always been your potential. And I feel like you are finally showing up as the Slayer. That's what I really wanted to say. So I don't know if you've ever seen Buffy. If not, please go watch that. But it's like you're slaying people, but like people who need to be held accountable, right? Like you're not afraid to speak your mind. You're not afraid to set boundaries. You're not afraid to speak your truth. You're not afraid like how you were before. Maybe you also used to people please because you were afraid of disrupting people's reality. Maybe you were like, okay, I'll just take the hit. You're not afraid anymore to speak how you feel. You're not about managing other people's emotions or walking on eggshells for people anymore. No. And I'm very, very, very proud of you. I'm telling you, I feel like it was almost like, especially when I'm seeing this, I feel like you guys were kind of like in this loop. I don't know if you felt like this, so if you did, please comment down below. But it's like you're coming out of this loop. But it was like the reason why you was in this loop was to face certain habits that you had to break free from. So hopefully this resonates. If it does, thank you for liking the video. Thank you for following. If you would like to work with your girl, the link is in my bio. I do tarot card readings and I also do Reiki. Until next time, bye guys.